Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome to another episode of Battling 101 Team Building. We're going to be building a Mega Gallade team, and we're going to be doing things a little bit different this session. We're going to be doing a brainstorming of sorts with some of my tutees, and then we're going to test it out with late night laddering, and then after we finish late night laddering, we're just going to make some edits to the team, and then we'll have the finished product. So brainstorming is just, just throwing shit on the wall and seeing what happens. So, yeah, what set do you guys want to run for Gallade?
I was thinking something like sub SD or something.
Sub SD?
Maybe skill swap?
Skill swap? Ooh, wait, hold on.
Skill swap beats, Mega Sableye, if I recall.
Yeah, well, Mega Sableye I don't know, dude, because Mega Sableye isn't very, threatening, in my opinion. Anything else that it, I don't know, skill swap seems kind of interesting. I'm just thinking about, like, what it could be, like, practical for, like, stuff that switches into Gallade, and then,
Yeah, well, like, the only problem is with,
just having one move specifically for one Pokemon, I don't think it's
Well, we're not having a skill swap with sub SD. No, we're either having sub SD or a skill swap.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The only problem with that is, like, in my opinion, I don't think Mega Sableye is all that common, so I don't think we have to worry about that.
It's not that common, and it's just not that threatening, in my opinion. It's just like it's annoying, but like it's not like really overly threatening, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, what else? I mean, like Slowbro. If you're not using a Slowbro, can be very annoying for Gallade to deal with, right?
Oh yeah, if it doesn't carry knockoff or some sort, like Mega Slowbro just falls it entirely.
Yeah, so we gotta watch out for that. What else we gotta watch out for? I guess Mew, right? I mean, it resists both of the stabs.
Mew, but it has to be like wary of knockoff.
It has to be wary of knockoff. Yeah, you're right. I mean, if you're using Swords Dance with, like, knockoff, then, I mean, I guess it's kind of threatening, but, if we're using Sub SD, then I just want to use, like, Close Combat and then Zen Headbutt, and that's it. You can use Swords Dance plus 3 attacks. Let me see what else you can use.
What's Gallade's max speed?
Well, Gallade Mega reaches 110. Regular Gallade reaches about 80, I think.
Yeah, it's 80. It kinda has to run like max speed Jolly Dusty Keldeo. Speed tied with Metagross.
Yeah. So we're definitely running Jolly Max on this Gallade. Without a doubt. Let me see.
Do we want to run HP investments to live certain hits?
Nah, just max, dude. Max.
All right.
We're gonna run Jolly.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. Let's just do let's just do the sub SD one. That sounds like a pretty cool set. Nothing too fancy here, but looks like it'll work. Close Combat and Zen Headbutt. Alright. Now, as we said before, we gotta watch out for stuff like Slowbro and the bulky stuff in general. So we gotta find teammates that will, work against that. Some things that can switch in easily against Slowbro, apply some offensive pressure.
I think Manaphy might be one Pokemon that fits that description.
What's that? What'd you say?
Manaphy.
Manaphy, cool. What Manaphy set do you have in mind? Are you thinking about using like the Calm Mind Rain Dance set, or like Tail Glow, or like?
I'm thinking either Calm Mind or like Tail Glow with Energy Ball.
Tail Glow with Energy Ball. So Surf, Ice Beam, Tail Glow, Energy Ball. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we can work out the kinks later. We'll just say that we want Gallade and Manaphy for now. I think that's a good place to start. And I guess it's pretty cool because like Gallade really puts the pressure on stuff like Ferrothorn and Venusaur, just grass types like that. So, yeah, things that like give Manaphy trouble, Gallade can handle. So we're gonna be making some sort of bulky offense, I guess. Now we got to make sure that we have some sort of stealth rocks and I don't know. Right now, our team is kind of slow. Base 110 is our fastest, and then we have Manaphy. I'm not sure if we're going to be running max on Manaphy. Probably not, but we probably need some sort of revenge killer, right? Or some sort of something fast. And some sort of priority, because you always want some priority on ORAS overused teams.
I'm thinking you're like, I don't know, Lucario, maybe?
Lucario? Yeah, that's weird, dude. For what? For what? I don't know. I'm open to weird shit. I just want a good reason for it. What's that?
I'm just throwing stuff on the wall, really.
Yeah, it's all good. We're doing brainstorming. Stuff that pairs well with Manaphy. I mean, for Manaphy, things like Serp will obviously threaten it out. Raikou, Manectric. Rotom not so much because of Energy Ball. But yeah, I'd also have to say stuff like fast stuff like Latias and Gengar, those can be very threatening too. I guess also Kyurem, because like if we're running Surf, Ice Beam, and Energy Ball, then Kyurem is a bitch to handle, right?
Yeah. I was thinking some sort of a fairy type might fit in here, though.
Definitely a fairy type. I agree with you there. When it comes to fairy types, I think like the most versatile is Clefable, and Manaphy plus Clefable is very solid. A respectable bulk. You can run rocks on Clefable. You can run a lot of stuff on Clefable. So yeah, I agree with you there. Clefable is a pretty good addition to our team right here. So we got Gallade, Clefable, and Manaphy.
What do you guys think about Scarf Gardevoir?
It's interesting, but I don't think it really fits with the type of team that we're building.
Yeah, I am inclined to agree with you here. Like, I just want some for the team that we're making right here. We're trying to make some, Pokemon that are kind of fat, have some good typing so we can switch to and from. This is sort of like a bulky offensive team, so. Yeah, I'm not sure about Gardevoir right now. I mean, Gardevoir is interesting in the fact that like it makes you second guess like what kind of Mega, but I wouldn't just. Yeah, I think there's number one like better options for revenge killers, and number two, I don't think the surprise factor is that much. Considering that Scarf Gardevoir, like even though it's not that common, I guess like. If you look at Team Preview, I'd say that you would guess that it would be Scarf Gardevoir, so I don't think it has the surprise factor in that instance. So we definitely need a revenge killer somewhere on this team. And we have Manaphy and we have Clefable.
Let me see.
We just rattle off some names. We got Talonflame, we got Scissor, we got Weavile, even though
I think some sort of a knockoff user. Maybe
some sort of a knockoff user. So like also maybe Bisharp. We always like using Bisharp because Bisharp is a very good Pokemon in the metagame. Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, as for knockoff users, well, we went over Weavile, we went over Scissor, and Bisharp. Those are three very good knockoff users in my opinion. We gotta see what we want to run. Well, for Manaphy, Clefable, and Gallade, I'm just thinking right now of like stuff that might potentially give us trouble. Honestly, even though our team fares well against Venusaur and Ferrothorn and whatnot, because of Gallade, I wouldn't want Gallade to be our only response. You know, you don't want to switch in Clefable into Ferrothorn because of Gyro Ball, even if you have like Fire Blast. And Venusaur beats Manaphy and Clefable. I mean, you can run Psychic on Manaphy, but I wouldn't do that if you're running Gallade. And you know, I don't want to.
I agree with you. I mean, Venusaur checks pretty much every single mon, and Gallade will end up being the win condition mega game most of the time. So.
Exactly. So you don't want to switch in Gallade all the time with this team. So we gotta run something that can switch into these types of threats and, you know, apply some pressure in some sort of way, right?
Sounds good to me.
So, what do you guys think about Talonflame?
Oh yeah, I was definitely thinking about Talonflame.
Talonflame is
maybe Spadef Talonflame.
Spadef Talonflame. Okay, interesting. Are you thinking about the Stallbreaker one with Taunt Will-O-Wisp, or like?
Something similar. Maybe Bulk Up or something to that extent.
Yeah, you know, Bulk Up is a very good response against like stall teams. Yeah, I'm just thinking right now if Bulk Up is a pretty good option. That could be interesting, you know? Taunt, Bulk Up, Roost, and Braybird, is that the set that you're thinking of, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that set, dude. I like that set. I mean, early XY was pretty good, and I think it's still pretty good now, especially since things aren't really... I don't know, I've seen a lot less Zapdos in the metagame, so...
Yeah, Zapdos is like non-existent.
Yeah, man, so, I don't know. I think Bulk Up Talonflame is a pretty interesting, like, thing to do here. It also doubles as our Revenge Killer, which is also pretty nice to have. So, yeah, I think the way we're going here, we're actually not going so much bulky offense per se. I think we're going more balance in this instance, you know? Because we got fat stuff in Clefable and Talonflame. They don't really hit hard like instantly, and then we got the setup sweepers in Manaphy and Gallade. I guess also Talonflame, but Talonflame is kind of like all-purpose in this instance as like a stall breaker and as a sub sweeper, as a revenge killer, all that kind of jazz. So, you know, it's pretty good.
Alright, now what we're gonna need is some sort of like hazard support.
Hazard support, definitely. We could definitely consider running Stealth Rocks on the Clefable, or we could not. We could do something else, like, what could you really do? We could do Hippowdon, we could do Garchomp, we could do,
I've seen a lot of bulky Chomp nowadays, actually.
What's that?
I've seen a lot of bulky, like...
Oh, yeah, definitely. The Rocky Helmet. Right, the Rocky Helmet one with Dragon Tail, Earthquake, Stealth Rock. Yeah, that's a very common set.
Really, really common.
Yeah, man. Especially with teams that are weak to Bisharp and Talonflame, it's actually pretty good. And I've been seeing a lot of Hippowdon recently, too. Spadef Hippowdon? Yeah, that's very common.
Yeah.
It's like crazy, dude. So, let's think about the rocks users that we want, if we want spikes. Also, the entry hazards removal, do we want some defog or do we want rapid spin? Those are certain things to consider. Especially since we have Talonflame, we definitely want some sort of defog or rapid spin on this team as well. So I'm just gonna reiterate some of the choices we have for Stealth Rocks. We could use Clefable, or we could use Hippowdon, Garchomp, Landorus, Therian. I don't like Terrakion in this metagame, to be honest with you, so we're not going to use that.
I think we're going to need a ground type anyways, because like, we need to switch into Volt Switch.
Definitely.
I was kind of thinking Landorus, Life Orb.
Life Orb, Landorus with 3 attacks and Stealth Rock. Yeah, Landorus is really good in this metagame. I've been seeing a lot of it, but yeah, it's really good, really strong. Could pack a punch. Yeah, it could definitely come in handy.
But do we want that as our rocker?
Well, if we're not having that as a rocker, then would we want Clefable as a rocker? I mean, that would be fine with me.
We can go either way, really.
If we're not using rocks on Landorus we could use Rock Polish for all I care. I mean, Rock Polish is it's a very viable option, you know?
Yeah.
Good stuff as a late game cleaner of sorts.
Definitely. I don't think we really need spikes on this though. So I'm just gonna say, well, we can use it to fogger if we want. I don't think we're gonna have room for spikes if our team is going to be Gallade, Manaphy, Clefable, Talonflame, Landorus.
Yeah, but the problem is with Lander's Eye is that it's not really a good response to Mega Manectric and Raikou.
I agree with you there.
But
That's a good point, actually. So, maybe Hippowdon instead? Because Spadef Hippowdon definitely helps with Mega Manectric and Raikou, you know?
Yeah, I was thinking going down that road.
Yes, Spadef, it seems like it fits well in this team, too.
Yeah, man, this team is like fat. Oh my goodness, so bulky. Oh my lord.
Oh, that's so fat.
Okay, so if we're running Hippowdon, that means we can run something else on Clefable, which is always nice to have. And since, yeah, we could even run something like Thunderwave, Flamethrower, Moonblast, Soft Boiled like we usually run.
We're gonna run some Lure.
What's that?
We're gonna run some Lure.
For our last slot, you mean?
No, for Clefable.
Okay, like, what do you have in mind? I know, like, for example, like, Ice Beam Clefable is a very cool lure for, like, special defense Gliscor that, like, setting up Swords Dance on Clefables, I mean, but since we have Manaphy, I don't know, like, if we really need that, per se.
I'm thinking, like, I don't know, perhaps knock off Clefable so we can take advantage of, like, our teammates can take advantage of, like, knocked off Assault Vest from Tornadus T and Chance Gallade, etc., etc.
Knockoff, you say? Oh, I mean, that could be also interesting. I mean, like, knockoff isn't very common on Clefable, so, again, going off the special defensive Gliscor kind of thing, like, I've seen a lot of Gliscor switch in on Clefable, like, willy-nilly, because they're like, oh, you know, this Clefable can't touch my Gliscor at all, so I'm just going to set up on it. And then if you knock off their Toxic Orb, I mean, they're pretty much fucked. I mean, they have Roost and all, but, like, their main form of recovery is kind of gone. That's kind of interesting, and yeah, as you said before, just like knockoff is a very good low risk, high reward move in general, so yeah, alright. I could definitely see that working. So we got Gallade, Manaphy, Clefable, Talonflame, Hippowdon. Now we definitely need some sort of fogger on this team. Latis are always a good choice. We got Mandibuzz, that's a little more slow. Zapdos, even though it's not as common, it's still an okay defogger in my opinion.
I feel like Latias might fit well on this team just because it can check Keldeo. Or Switch-in rather. Like we barely have any switches for Keldeo anyways.
Yeah, I agree. We're kind of Keldeo weak right now. Okay. I could totally see that. So, what kind of Latias set you thinking?
Default Roost, 2 attacks.
Default Roost, 2 attacks. You sure you don't want to use Latios? I mean...
I mean, we could.
I personally, this is just my preference, but I just love the extra power. And if you're using Latios, then like I usually use Roost for that. Like the only reason I use Roost on Latias is with Healing Wish nowadays. But yeah, I guess like it's just preference, really.
I mean, we can go either way, really. Since both Roost Latias can consistently check Keldeo.
The thing is, yeah, right. And the thing is, like, I'm not particularly satisfied with like how hard our team is hitting right now. Like obviously our team has like offensive power, but it's not like instant offensive power, and like I think Latios brings a little more oomph to the team as opposed to Latias. You know, just stuff like Hippowdon and Clefable, they're not very strong. Manaphy is okay. Talonflame is kind of weak. You need a couple bulk ups for it to give some power. So yeah, I think this works right now. Let's just brainstorm the sets right now. So for Gallade we had some Swords Dance, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Does it learn Zen Headbutt? Yes, it does. Okay. Okay, then we're gonna go max attack, max speed. All right. Then we're gonna go for the Manaphy, right? Mm-hmm. Do you want to just run leftovers or life orb or like what kind of item do you want to run? Because Manaphy can definitely run a lot of different items. Like it can even run Wakanberry.
Oh, I've ran Wakanberry before.
Wakanberry Manaphy is so fun. All right, you know what? You know what? Fuck it. I want to use Wakan.
Let's do it.
All right, yeah. New meta. Well, it's not new meta, but it's still fun to use. We're gonna be using Surf, Ice Beam, Energy Ball, and Tail Glow.
Yeah, I've been spamming that shit on the ladder.
It's so fun. Alright, how much speed do we want to run? Do we want to run enough for Mamoswine? I mean, Mamoswine's not that common, but I mean, yeah.
We do a standard 168 speed with Timid.
168 Timid, alright. Let me see what that hits. 305? Alright, that's good because it outspeeds max speed base 100s without, like... Yeah, max speed base 100s neutral. So that's pretty good. I like that. So then we're gonna run some 88 HP, and that's good. We got Clefable up in here. We're gonna use Magic Guard because none of our team really likes status.
We could also use Absorber.
You could use Unaware, but I don't know. I think we're fine, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we're good.
We should be good against like setup sweepers. I mean, Manaphy can be kind of annoying, but whatever. I think we'll be fine as long as we are like we react fast enough to those kinds of setup sweepers. We can go Moonblast. We can go Knockoff. Do we want... honestly, I think we want Fire Blast on this Clefable. We don't have a fire move on this team, you know. I want a fire move on this team just to be able to hit stuff like Excadrill and Ferrothorn really hard.
Yeah, because we don't have Ferrothorn for shit right now.
We don't got shit for Ferrothorn, so yeah, man, let's use Fire Blast here. Word. Okay, so we got Soft Boil, Fire Blast, Knockoff, and Moonblast. What kind of spread you thinking, Josh?
For Clefable?
Yeah, man. We're gonna run more Spadef, right?
We could also run like the standard 160 defense.
Standard 160 defense. You know what? Whatever. YOLO. Let's just do that. Honestly, I don't really care much about Clefable's set as long as there's some bulk somewhere. Alright, so what's next? We got Talonflame, right?
It's this man sleeping again, I swear.
Somebody somebody be sleeping or somebody be eating. Adrian, are you eating something?
Yeah, I'm done. Don't worry.
Word, okay. Okay, we good. No problem. We got Billboard, Bokup, Ta, and Roost. What's the EV spread for Talonflame?
I don't recall.
Do we run speed on this? I honestly don't remember. Cause I don't know if you want to run enough to outspeed Pinsir, because I don't think you don't need to do that with this team. Pinsir isn't even that common. And you got Hippowdon, so I mean, like, whatever. Do you even run any,
We just run, Max.
Really? Okay. Well, I'm gonna run 248 on the Talonflame, obviously, so it doesn't hit 360.
Of course.
And then I guess we can run, like, that in speed or whatever. Just in case. And then, yeah. We'll run, that's Careful Nature, that's plus special defense, minus special attack, then we're gonna run Leftovers. Okay, sounds good.
Sounds... Gucci.
Yeah, man. Alright, and then we got Latios, that is obviously very easy. It's Draco Meteor, Psyshock, Zafog, and Roost. Life Orb, Max. Last but not least, we have Hippowdon. I don't remember the Hippowdon spread off the top of my head.
I do. I got you.
Alright. Rattle that off.
We got like max HP, 144 defense, 112 Spadef. Impish
1-4
nature.
defense, 112 spadef. Okay, impish nature. Okay. So we got earthquake, stuck
Earthquake.
rock, slack
off. Or we can run either Stone Edge, Whirlwind, or Toxic on this.
Right. Okay, so let's see what our team needs. Yeah, dude, we gotta run Stone Edge on this because our team is very Talon Flame weak right now. We have no flying resist. I mean, yeah, we have no flying resist, so I think Stone Edge is definitely the best option here.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, let's do Stone Edge here. Go leftovers. Are we doing Sandstream or Sand Force?
Sand Force, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. Sand Force. We don't want the Sandstorm hindering our Latios and our Manaphes and our Gallades. That's pretty counterproductive.
Or everything.
Yeah, and like if we encounter a Sand team, then our Hippodon be hitting shit for like mad damage. So we good. We good. Alright, so we're gonna test this out soon. Oh man, the music is playing. Alright.
Was that a soundboard?
No, that is not a soundboard. You guys ready for a laddering session? I mean, we can start like right away since we got the team right now. Let me just get the pastement up and we'll start.
Alright.
Alright, cool.
This sounds good.